These were the moving images that shook the internet this week. The final practice session for the Russian Grand Prix was called to a halt after the Toro Rosso of Carlos Sainz Jr. suffered a heavy accident 35 minutes into the run. Sainz appeared to lose control, braking into turn 13, hit a wall and went straight into the safety barriers. Soon after the incident, Sainz was removed from the car and taken to hospital. However, big thumbs up from the man himself from his hospital bed came as a huge relief for all. Sainz's manager tweeted this picture of him on his timeline while thanking people for their messages and saying them that the young driver is doing perfectly. Hello everyone and welcome to Sports Connect. I'm Megha and I'll be here with you for next half an hour in this new show of DD Sports, a show where you get the chance to fill in yourself with the top trends that roll in the social networking tubes over the last week. Not only this, we also bring you some other cool stuff that rule the internet. Sania Martina clinching their 8th title of the season, Vijay Singh winning his first professional boxing bout, and also Lewis Hamilton winning F1 race are all the trending stories whipped from the internet. Kickstarting with the big news from the world of cricket. One of India's greatest fast bowlers bid adieu to international cricket. The 37-year-old Zaheer Khan announced his retirement from international cricket, putting an end to an illustrious 14-year-long international career. Zaheer, who made his debut in 2000 against New Zealand, played 200 ODIs and 92 Test matches in which he picked up 282 and 311 wickets respectively. He's been the leading bowler of India in the last decade and has been a superb exponent of reverse swing. Twitterati saw many tributes pouring in for Zaheer Khan.
Oh, that's close. It's come back. I think it's out. Oh, Denny, was there a fine edge? They all go. Oh, it's covered. Oh, that's a beauty. Absolute beauty. Oh, and he's edged it. Can you believe it? He's gone.
Iconic Sachin Tendulkar and captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni too led the bandwagon of former and current cricketers praising Zaheer Khan. Moving over to Team Santina. Continuing their winning stride, the Indo-Swiss pair maintained their scintillating run by clinching their 8th women's doubles title of the year at the China Open on Saturday. The top-seeded Indo-Swiss pair bounced back brilliantly from their first set defeat to claim a 6-7, 6-1, 10-8 win over the Chinese pair of Chan Hao Cheng and Chan Yung Jan. More in this report.
Sania Mirza and Martina Hingis on Saturday lifted their 8th title of the year when they clinched the WTA Open in Beijing, China. Starting as the favourites to win the women's doubles title in Beijing, they beat Chan sisters from Chinese Taipei, Hao Cheng and Yung Jan in 3 grueling sets, which lasted an hour and 40 minutes.
Too difficult for Mirza to be able to pick up.
The top seeds faced stiff resistance from Chan sisters before winning 6-7, 6-1, 10-8. Both the pairs were going neck to neck in a tiebreaker and the score was 7-7 at one stage. But Sania and Martina won 3 of the next 4 points to clinch the title. Since March 2015, both of them have been in orbit on Moon Court, winning 8 titles and 4 in a row. After marching into the finals of China Open, not only their pedigree was in question, but victory and an 8th WTA doubles title would truly cement their status as they were top pair for the season. The reigning Wimbledon and US Open champions are now set to stride for Australian Open 2016 in January. Twitter world came into limelight when Sania herself tweeted a picture on her Twitter handle saying number 8 for Santina.
Twitter world came into limelight when Sania tweeted a picture on her Twitter handle saying number 8 for Santina, congratulating Sania Mirza. Congratulating Sania Mirza, Bollywood actor Rishi Kapoor tweeted, Mirza Sania, wanting to congratulate you on your wonderful recent winning spree. You make us all proud of your achievements. Way to go. Other tweet came from Telangana's office saying, CM congratulated Sania Mirza and Martina Hingis on winning the China Open women's doubles title. Moving on to the next story that dominated the social networking tubes was Vijendra Singh winning his first professional boxing bout, defeating Sonny Whiting in Manchester Arena. Vijendra Singh, India's first Olympic medal-winning boxer, defeats Britain's Sonny Whiting to start his professional career on a strong note.
In the blue corner, making his professional debut this evening, weighing in at 10 pounds 9 ounces, and tonight he wears the white, orange and green shorts. He is a gold medalist at the Asian Games, a silver medalist at 2 Commonwealth Games, and bronze at both the World Amateur Games and the Beijing Olympics. Please welcome from Delhi, India, Vijendra Singh!
It's just a beginning. I want to be a professional champion. These were the words uttered by Virender Singh after winning his first professional boxing bout in Manchester. Indian boxing ace made his professional boxing debut with a bang, defeating England's Sonny Whiting through a technical knockout in the third round at the Manchester Arena on Saturday.
Vijendra Singh has been working with Lee Beard since he was...
Strolling in confidently to the beats of Punjabi song, Vijendra entered the ring wearing a tricolour robe and a green and white short. The 29-year-old hardly looked a debutant as he got down to business against Whiting. With few seconds left in the third of the 4-round bouts, Vijendra rained a flurry of punches and smacks with a combination of jabs and uppercuts, finished him to win the contest via technical knockout.
with a right hand, I think, and then stumbled back with more of a cut than anything else.
The 29-year-old who scripted history as an amateur by becoming India's first Olympic and World Championships medalist is all set to rock in his illustrious boxing career when he will be fighting next on October 30th in Harrow.
The winner in the blue corner from Delhi, India, Vijendra Singh!
I thought he looked good tonight.
Let's take a glimpse of how Twitter world reacted to his win. Before moving over to our next segment, let's take a short break. On the other side, lots more coming up. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back to your favorite show, Sports Connect. You can also watch the show on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/DoordarshanSports. Moving on to the top trend of the week. Twitter fans taunt Lewis Hamilton after F1 driver embarrassed President Putin by soaking him with champagne on the podium of Sochi Grand Prix. The incident took place as Putin made his way off the podium. Hamilton raced to soak the crowd and unknowingly caught the Russian president with champagne.
For Lewis Hamilton and all racing drivers, what happens when you win a race is very simple. You stand on the podium, are presented with a weighty trophy. pick up a big bottle of champagne, shake it and spray everyone nearby, even if that includes Vladimir Putin. It's not the first time Hamilton has been somewhat over-enthusiastic with his podium antics. In April this year, the Formula One driver was heavily criticized for spraying a hostess in the face with champagne after winning the Chinese Grand Prix. Earlier to this incident, Lewis Hamilton won the Russian Formula One Grand Prix in Sochi, taking a massive step toward winning the Drivers' Championship in the process. Hamilton, wearing a traditional Russian fur hat, picked up the Russian Grand Prix trophy from Russian President Vladimir Putin, who watched the race from the stands. The British driver now needs just 9 more points to retain his Drivers' Championship title.
घर एक स्वर्ग होता है जैसे चाहे रो जियो लेकिन मेरे साथ ऐसा नहीं था
He's perhaps the best known WWE wrestler to come out of India and does have the most epic Twitter feed. But if you thought that great Khali, Apka Dalip Singh Rana, never lets up on the intensity, his latest commercial for a cement brand may just convince you otherwise.
कभी सोचता था मैं अगर मैं औरों की तरह होता पर मेरी माँ कहती थी नहीं बेटे तू स्पेशल है
Still smiling? Well, yes, you have to after watching this wonderful video. We're now joined in the show by social media analyst Ms. Anita Yadav. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Why is it that the achievements of Sania Mirza and Martina Hingis garner so much attention, while that of other Indian sportspersons almost go unnoticed?
You know, Sania Mirza is so very popular, not only in the country, also in abroad, but equally she is popular on the social media. The reason being, she is so very much active on the social media that each of her happiness, like each happiness, each small thing, she keeps sharing with her fans. And on Twitter itself, she has got around 3 million followers, which is a huge number. You know, the number speaks for itself. Same goes with Facebook also. She has got more than 10 lakhs likes, which is of course a big number. Apart from that, when it comes to her victories, definitely it's her fans who came, you know, who celebrate her victory first. This is now, for example, recently when she won the China Open, which is of course their 8th title of the year, along with Martina Hingis, it was her fans who, you know, the Twitter was all flooded with hashtags and posts like Santina, number 8 title of the year, China Open, don't Santina on a roll, and so many hashtags were there trending all around the Twitter world. The reason being she's so much active on the social media.
Exactly.
And the same, the fans turn her report, like they return the love by tweeting and posting on these social media sites.
From one achiever to another, from Sania Mirza and Martina Hingis to Mahendra Singh Dhoni, has his match-winning knock against South Africa brought him back into the post of his Facebook and Twitter followers as well?
Definitely, MS Dhoni has, you know, made a comeback on the social media also by his match-winning performance and also a stellar performance. You know, Twitter was all flooded with his simply magnificent Captain Dhoni turns cool, Captain Cool turns on, with so many hashtags and Twitters going all around. He has got around 4.6 million followers on Twitter, and definitely he has made a comeback because of his 92 runs of the 86 balls, which of course orchestrated India's win against South Africa, this time the second ODI. So definitely Twitter fans and his Facebook followers were all happy because of the win and definitely of India's win in the second ODI.
What reception has the arrival of Pele received on the social media?
Well, definitely it was a very warm and affectionate welcome that the Brazilian football player got in India. And you know, whenever Pele comes, he's a living legend. He's a legend, you know, he's a living legend, and that is the reason he has got fan followings not only in India and abroad, but also on the social media itself. He has got around 3 million followers on Twitter, which is of course a big number, and the number speaks for itself. The moment he arrived in India, the fans, you know, it was a kind of treat for the sport buffs. Not only the fans are very crazy about him, it's also about West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, former cricket captain Saurav Ganguly, musician A.R. Rahman, who, you know, clicked pictures along with Pele and posted on Twitter and Facebook, and that picture on Twitter itself got more than 1,000 retweets and favorites. So you can see how elated everyone was from Pele's visit to India.
Shifting our focus to Lewis Hamilton, the last time when he sprayed champagne, it was on a hostess, and he was termed a bully on the social media platforms for this. What this time?
Well, this time the Twitter world is quite liberal to the F1 driver. The reason being, this time it was none other than the Russian president. Also, he has done a step up from his previous targets. Earlier, he came under fire, but this time, you know, there are a number of online jokes about his health, many users tweeted that also taunted Hamilton about about this incident. He's very well known for his celebration antics, but this time there were a number of online jokes saying "living dangerously," "nice knowing you, Hamilton," and so plenty of jokes. So you can see how a kind of mixed reactions we can say that the Twitter world gave this time to the Hamilton. Later, however, Hamilton came after saying that he dismissed all the remarks, saying he has done nothing about that sort. It was just a weird picture that was going viral, and also he doesn't want to do actually of this sort and doesn't want to get involved in such things. So definitely this time the Twitter world was liberal to the event right now.
A controversy that he wouldn't like to get involved in. Thanks a lot, Anita. That was Anita Yadav analyzing the trending topics for us. Fans seem to love and hate Indian cricket, one at the same time. Just a few days back, after the first ODI at Kanpur, all were saying, he's finished, his footwork is very slow, he can't run, it's time of his retirement. You know whom I'm talking about. Yes, you guessed it right. India's captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Now his brilliant 92 not out in Indore on Wednesday has again made him India's darling captain. But before we relive the winning moments, here's what we have for you in our cartoon corner. Coming back to the second ODI, India were reduced to 124 for 6 in the early going by a disciplined South African attack. But the Indian skipper held the innings together with some smart cricket and took the total to a competitive 247. More in this report.
Shot ball and it's found the gap. That's going to be 4 more.
The Indian team, after 3 encounters against the touring South African team, was looking to register its first victory in the series, and AB de Villiers' men were power-packed. Clearly, the India-South Africa second ODI at Indore was something to watch with a lot of expectations. In the first ODI at Kanpur, India could not chase down 35 runs in the last 4 overs with 7 wickets in hand. The home team had managed to hold the upper hand in both the games for quite some time, but could not quite finish things off. However, second ODI marked the return of Indian team in form. Captain Cool, with his brilliant cricket shots, led the team from the front. Electing to bat, Dhoni bailed India out of trouble with his 86-ball 92 not-out knock to take the team to 247 for 9. With the World T20 not too far away, time seems to be running out for Dhoni and his team. In coming matches, the spotlight solely would be on Dhoni and his leadership skills, and the remaining 3 matches of the ODI series will definitely be a test of character for the Indian captain. However, India's problem at this point isn't Dhoni, it's inconsistency. It's rather hard to predict with any kind of certainty what sort of team will turn up. Will that team be enough to take India to victory? Only time will tell.
Surely, it was more than a celestial treat. Delhi also witnessed the arrival of the Black Pearl as he was welcomed with a lukewarm response of around 100-odd enthusiastic fans and officials turning up to receive him at the Delhi airport. Pele landed in Delhi for a 3-day visit that included attending the Subrata Cup final. You know the old saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So here goes our picture of the week.
Indian off-spinner Harbhajan Singh on Saturday met Prime Minister Narendra Modi and invited him for his marriage. Harbhajan is tying the knot with long-time actor girlfriend Geeta Basra later this month.
Moving to our next segment, which is Did You Know Facts? We are sure you haven't come across. So here are 3 interesting sports facts you didn't know. Did you know Vishwanathan Anand became the first Grandmaster of India in 1988 at the age of 18? Also, Anand became the youngest Indian to win the International Master title at the age of 15 in 1984. Did you know Shahid Afridi was flown in to play for Pakistan from West Indies to Nairobi in 1996 and didn't have a proper bat. That's when Waqar Yunus gave young Afridi Sachin Tendulkar's bat. Afridi hit 11 sixes and 6 boundaries with the bat and scored a 37-ball century against Sri Lanka, which was the then fastest ODI century. Did you know the shortest match in tennis history occurred nearly 100 years ago at the 1922 Wimbledon final, where Suzanne dispatched of Mola Mallory in just 23 minutes. On to our next segment, on this day in sports. Well, today, on 17th October, what special was there in the sports world? We bring you the same in real-time experience after so many years. Well, such an incident was Anil Kumble's birth in 1970.
Clearly quite a lot was.
One of the greatest spinners of all time and a fighter in Indian cricket, Jumbo, as he's fondly called, has won India more test matches than anyone else. At home, he sent down deliveries that went down as the biggest challenge to negotiate for batsmen around the world. A right-arm leg spin bowler, Kumble remains the third highest wicket taker, ending up taking 619 test wickets. His ability to make the ball bounce with subtle variations in pace made him a tough bowler to face for the batsman.
And that's 600 wickets for Anil Kumble.
In 1990, a former team captain played his first test match against England at Old Trafford in Manchester. He played pretty well against England, knocking a quality player like Alan Lamb as his first wicket. Over the years, Kumble finessed his game, making himself a formidable bowler to face. But the Delhi test against Pakistan in early 1999 was the master stroke, where he dismissed all the 10 batsmen in a test match innings, being only the second player to achieve this feat after Jim Laker of England. Wisden Almanac, the Bible of cricket, rated the performance as the second best all-time bowling performance in the history. One of the inspiring and greatest moments of cricket was when Kumble, with a broken jaw, his face bandaged, bowled against West Indies in 2002.
Anil Kumble has become the first Indian bowler.
With so many achievements under his belt, Kumble remains as India's most effective bowler in both test matches and one-day internationals.
Let's slip into a short break. On the other side, something very special waiting for you. Welcome back. You must be waiting for our last episode's answer of the sports quiz, aren't you? So here it goes. The question asked was, which was the first non-test playing country to beat India in an international match? Was it Canada, Sri Lanka, Zimbabwe or East Africa? Well, we got many answers through Facebook and Twitter. So here are the first two lucky fans. Suresh Patel from Gujarat, Jayesh Kumar Singh from Lucknow. Congratulations to all the winners. Today's question is, in which year did India win its first Olympic hockey gold? Was it 1928, 1932, 1936 or 1948? So if you want your names to be screened, there's no better option than just answering our question. Simply go to our Facebook or Twitter timeline and answer this simple question. You can get in touch with us with your answers using hashtag #DDSportsQuiz on Twitter, and on Facebook you can comment your answers on our post. You can also mail your answers at ddsportsconnect@gmail.com. For more updates, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. Tweet us at DD Sports India. Like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/doordarshansports and subscribe to us on our YouTube channel for more videos. Our YouTube address is www.youtube.com/doordarshansports. Also, you can share your articles with us. We promise we will post the best ones on our blog. Last but not the least, we want feedback from you regarding this show. So do mail us the same on our mail ID ddsportsconnect@gmail.com. Well, now it's time to say goodbye. We'll catch you all again next week, same day, same time. But before that, we'll leave you all with this memorable video where Indian team were crowned the champions of world cricket after winning their first ever Cricket World Cup in 1983. India scored 183 runs all out in 54.4 overs. Fighting back, West Indies managed to score mere 140 runs. Take care and keep watching DD Sports.
Face. And he's pulled it on. Especially tight contest. He's edged it this time and he's gone beautifully caught by... That's out. Yes. Coupled into gully. And that's out. Yes, it's all over this time. Lost his nerve in the air. And the margin of their victory, 43 runs. As India race into the pavilion with the Prudential Cup ball. Tremendous victory. Rank outsiders at 33-1 when this competition got underway. And they've beaten West Indies twice, they've beaten Australia, they've beaten England. And they've round off a fantastic fortnight by taking £20,000 on the Prudential Cup. And an observation here for a couple there to receive the trophy from Lord Carr, chairman of the Prudential Assurance Company. Tremendous performance by this Indian side. And here's a man who's been largely responsible for it over the last 2 weeks. Skippered the side quite beautifully, made his own contributions with bat and ball. And this Prudential trophy, thoroughly deserved.